Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Anum and I'm gonna present one of the facilities on that will be on Mars. So this facility of mine is main station. So let's get into it. So today I will present about the main station on Mars. So this station, the main station, is designed as the central hub of the Mars habitat, and it connects to all the other facilities such as sanitation or power station, engineering, health or greenhouse systems and other more. And without the main station, none of the other facilities can work properly or smoothly because it keeps everything linked together, and it is basically the heart of Mars settlements. So here is the stages of development. So the main station will be built in stages, step by step, to make sure everything works step by step. And the first stage is called survivability. So survivability is where only a small crew lives with critical systems for survival. And the second stage is sustainability, which supports a larger crew and is food and water production systems. And the final stage is operational stage is the stage where there are all facilities and there are research areas, and there is like culture, or you can say social life. So this growth model help the mission stay safe and also be realistic, and to be realistic. Here is the internal design of the main station. So the main station can be either hexagonal or circular, but hexagonal make other station get connected to main station easily. So and that makes it stronger and more easily to expand, and it is divided into three models. So we get into the first one, which is alpha model. So alpha model is focused on sleep and rest mostly, and the beta model, the second one, is for dynamo mostly and recreation. And finally, the gamma model is for mission control and research. So together these three models cover the all basic needs of the crew or the astronauts, you can say. So we will get more into these models. So the first one was alpha model. So the alpha model is where the crew lives and rests. It has dormitories with bunks and restrooms, and there are study and workrooms where astronauts or the crew can focus on research or planning, and plants are also kept there for good quality of air and for mental well-being. And for relaxation, the crew has access to books, music, and movies and games, so they feels connected and less isolated. And also, as these can be used as entertainment. Beta, the second one is the social center of the station. So it includes a kitchen and a dining area, which is important, where astronauts or the crew can share meals together. Or there is also a living room for activities like relaxation and entertainment. And for physical health, which is really important. There is a model. So this model has a gym and also a VR recreation system, and there can also be a robotic kitchen where which will help us to support meal preparation and reduce the workload on the crew. The last one is gamma model, or you can say operations, where we do our all operation, our research. The gamma model is the operation and the research hub basically, and it contains mission control and dashboards to monitor the station, and it also has training and simulation room, like where astronaut can practice emergency situation, and the research labs are like place here for experiments and studies. And finally, it's optional if there can be an AI monitoring assistant, so it can be used to keep everything safe and efficient, and then it will be more easy for the crew or the astronauts. So, applied technology. The main station use applied technology, advanced technologies, I can say, to stay functional. So, the power energy comes from solar panels or a small nuclear system and batteries. And smart sensor or IoT devices are used to monitor air, water, energy, energy levels inside the habitat, and communication system are designed to work even with long delays between Mars and Earth. And finally, 3D printing technology is very important because the crew know to make, like, it helps to make spare parts and medical tools and equipment directly on Mars. And the 3D printing can also help uh, can make less dependence on Earth. So quality and entertainment, apart from survival, um, the station also focus on quality of life or entertainment, you can say. So the astronauts or the crew can exercise regularly in the gym to stay fit in low gravity, and there are planned activities like movie nights and games to maintain a positive atmosphere. And virtual reality like VR systems are connected to the crew to Earth to help them feel less isolated, as I said before. And there are also creative outlets such as art, music, and storytelling, which is really interesting, like to support mental health and give the moral high for the crew. So resources from Earth and to Earth. No, from both Mars and Earth basically. So from Mars we can use yolk light for construction and carbon dioxide for oxygen and solar energy for power, and from Earth essential items like electronics or medical supplies will be like transported to Mars, and food will come from a mix of greenhouse production and also from ship also can be shipped from Earth. So this balance reduce dependence on Earth. So then we can have less dependence on Earth and make the mission more sustainable. So, like how we all have choose these different facilities like that in main station, we choose different roles. So the main station has a clear organizational structure to ensure smooth operations, and we get started with the commander. The commander is responsible for leadership or outside activities and safety protocols. And I will come back later to safety protocols, by the way. And then the executive officer. The executive officer manages IT systems and crew training. And the chef prepares meals and supports crew with meal preparation, and the medical officer handle health checks and radiation monitoring. And also finally there is the general assistant. So the general assistants can help us with well-being or lab work or entertainment activities or a responsibility for mostly lab work, as I said. So the training program. So before becoming astronaut or going to Mars, Before traveling to Mars, I can say every astronaut must complete an advanced training. So this training can include leadership and crisis management, and the crisis management training is very important when going to Mars, so they can handle emergency easily, and they also can learn system engineering and Mars survival skill. Mars survival skill is very important for this mission, and medical and emergency response training is necessary for health and security. And then we come to cybersecurity and communication. So, cybersecurity and communication training help manage technology with delays on Earth. And finally, we come to teamwork and for psychology training. So they ensure that the crew can live and work together for a longer period, and they can easily work together with the team. And then here is protocols and safety. This is also an important part of this presentation. So So on Mars, safety and health are our top priorities, as you know. So the crew follows strict protocols every day. There is water checks, system checks, and for air, water, and energy and health is monitored through saliva or urine test or blood test, you can say. So as I said, there were our roles, which one of the role is the health monitor who check our as the medical officer. So with that, we can do urine check or blood check. I said before, and a radiation shelter is also ready for dusty storms, and the astronauts also take part in meditation, as there is one crew in our this mission who help us with meditation, and for psychology support they give us session on medical meditation and psychology, and there are emergency drills which are practiced every 2 to 3 keep 2 to 3 weeks basically to keep the crew alert. And in addition, the daily missions here in addition there are daily and weekly protocols. So the daily routine also includes a mission briefing and like checks. So every week the team does health reviews and like team building activities, and bi-weekly emergency drills are held. Like I said before, like for safety station has sealed compartments, like fire control and radiation shelters. Food and 3D printing. So, as I said before, 3D printing is important. And if we come to food, so food is a critical part of survival on Mars. So, most food will be grown on greenhouse using hydroponics and algae protection protein. This allows astronauts to get eat fresh vegetables and nutrition while recycling nutrition, algae and plant-based proteins that will reduce the need for constant food ships from Earth and less dependence on Earth. And food, uh, by producing food locally, the station saves resources and builds independence. Well, and then we come to 3D printing. So 3D printing is really necessary and essential for the life on Mars because it allows astronauts to make spare parts or tools and even medical gear on demand. And this reduces the need for constant supply mission from Earth. And then we come to research and Earth applications. So research on Mars will be also very valuable, and Studies in psychology, communication delays, construction using your guide, and sustainability will teach us how to live better in extreme environment. In these sessions, lessons will also benefit Earth through smart buildings and telemedicine and also leadership development. And finally, here we come to the last of this presentation. So finally, the main station on Mars supports several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which shows that this project is not only for Mars, but it is also for our Earth and for SDG. And here we come to this SDG impact. So the first SDG impact is SDG 6, which is water and sanitation. The station use recycling and filtration system mostly that can help solve water shortage on Earth. And for SDG 7, clean energy, it relies on solar and nuclear and batteries, which are sustainable for energy sources. And for SDG 9, innovation and infrastructure, innovation and infrastructure, I can say the infrastructure because the I think the technology develops such as robotics and 3D printing there, so these can improve industries worldwide. And for SDG 12, responsible consumption, so the crew recycles and reuse almost everything and teaches us about the sustainable living, which can help us too. And finally, for SDG 13, which is climate action. So studying Mars has a harsh climate. So studying Mars harsh climate help us better understand and fight climate change on Earth too. And this project is not only about building a station on Mars, but also about creating solutions that make our world more sustainable. That's it. Thank you so much for this presentation. Here's my link if anyone wants to connect. I have only given this, and thanks so much.